JohnGrandi. I'm Larry Huffman. I'm your Master of Ceremonies tonight. Be seated, please. We have something going on after the show you're going to enjoy. We're going to go out in the lobby and we're going to have cake and ice cream in honor of John's 86th birthday for everybody. Then we're going to do something really interesting. We're all going to join hands and form a circle and try to make contact with Lindsay Lohan's career. I met John about 5 years ago when Casey and I moved up from San Clemente, and he called me, and we'd both been in show business, so we got together and had lunch, and it was really neat. We had a wonderful time, and we've been good friends ever since. A lot of you people don't realize that John has done a lot for the community. I'm sure you do. And he was a great philanthropist. He recently opened up a halfway house for girls who won't go all the way. They're attacking me already. But I think the thing that really blows me away about John and Julie Grandi is their love affair. They've had a long, many-decade love affair, and they're still as much in love now as they were then. I think we all strive for that. I have a wonderful wife now. I was divorced from the first one. It was a horrible marriage. And my wife was very mean. She used to take the kids to McDonald's for unhappy meals, which was very terrible. And when you're married in California for 10 years, it's considered a long-term marriage. And you have to pay alimony. And so I do, because I go to jail if I don't. And so every month I send her an alimony check and a case of Camels, but nothing's worked yet. Anyway, yeah. I don't know how that would go. I see Liz Harris is grimacing, so she's grimaced before in church several times, so it's okay. No, it's really good now. We have a sold-out crowd, and I saw the show today. I saw the show today in rehearsal, and I guarantee it's going to blow you away because you're going to see some stuff. Now, all of us, most of us have talked to John or sat in a restaurant across from him in the Barnstorm or one of the other restaurants and heard him talk about his tales, his stories. And I want you to kind of put yourself there now, because this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be going to a very intimate location, intimate environment, and listening to John tell some of the greatest stories you've ever heard. Ladies and gentlemen, JohnGrandi.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes, they're longing to stray, to walk right through the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in that city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill. Oh yeah, top of the heap, my little town blues, they're fading away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. My little town blues, they're fading away. I'll make a brand new start in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it, whoa, anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. Yeah!
Down the block, enough to have witnessed plenty of miracles on his own. Just ask his friend, Methuselah. And now, through the miracle of stage technology, Mr. JohnGrandi.
And thank you very much. You know what it took to get in each floor that fast? I gotta tell you, I didn't get this joke. So I want to thank you. On behalf of the Hospital Foundation and the Mom Project, thank you very much for coming. On behalf of John Grandi and friends, we've had a wonderful time putting this together for you, and it's been fun. You know, I walked on stage and I thought about the first time I walked on, and I know some of you have seen this, but it was requested, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I'll tell you, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like being on stage. And it seems like if you've ever been on stage, you always remember what happened the first time you were on stage. I don't know, about maybe 6 or 7, I can't remember. Does anybody remember Johnny, the Philip Morris boy? Call for Philip Morris? Oh, we got a few gray hairs out there. Good, wonderful. Well, the Dockstetter Minstrels were in Elmira. I was born and raised in Corry, New York. My Uncle Mike, he was working at the theater at the time, and they needed a little boy, or a midget, or somebody, to do Johnny, the Philip Morris boy. And my uncle said, you know, my nephew can do that. And he came home and he got me and he brought me down. And it was the Dockstetter Minstrels, and the back here was like a hotel. It was like a hotel lobby they had made. And the director told me, all you do is walk across the stage and say, call for Philip Morris 3 times, go out the other side, and you're finished. And we'll give you 50 cents and an ice cream cone. So my uncle brought me down and they did. And everything worked out. I did what they wanted me to do in rehearsal. It went fine. Had these very light blue satin pants on, satin jacket with little gold buttons on it, little pillbox hat, and came the night of the performance, and they were going to be there for a week. So it came the night of the performance, we're all set, the show's going on, the guy said, okay, you're on, John. So I went across, call for Philip Morris, call for Philip Morris. Then I made one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in show business. I never forgot it. I turned around and said, call for, and there were 8 million people looking at me. And I peed. And I peed my pants. And I ran off the stage, and I couldn't have the guy said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sorry, I was crying. He said, are you crazy? Can you hear what's going on out there? They were clapping and cheering and hollering. He says, can you do that again tomorrow night?
There'll be love and laughter.
And my Uncle Tony was in Patton from in the 2nd Armored Division all the way through the war. It was a lot of fun. My Uncle Mike was the only one. He always had a sense of humor. When I come home, hey, here's the hero. He says, tell us how many Germans you wiped out with your horn, asshole. You know, I'm kind of dry. It was a great homecoming. So then it was time to figure out what I was going to do. I had got ordered out of Fort Dix. I had about $600 on me because I was redlined a couple of months. That's me when they don't pay you. And I got my mustering out pay. So I made up my mind I was going to New York. Of course, that didn't go over too good with my family. You see, when you're in Corning and living on the north side, what you do is you get out of school, you get a job in the factory, you get married, you get a house on the north side, you get married, you have kids, you play pinochle on Wednesday, and you go to the bowling alley on Saturday. That's it. And you know something? I'd seen a lot of the world then. I've been all over the United States. Met some great musicians, had a lot of fun. And I was very fortunate. So like I say, I made my mind up I wanted to go to New York, and I did. Now you got to remember, there were some nice things about going to New York at that time. I mean, I know I had the GI Bill, but things were, to tell you the truth, things were too easy.
The girls today in society go for classical poetry, but to win their hearts you must quote with ease Aeschylus and Euripides. Unless you know Homer and Bleed Me Bo, Sophocles, also Sappho, unless you know Shelley and Keats and Pope, dainty Debbie's will call you a dope, but the poet of them all, who will start a simply raving, is the poet people call the Bard of Stratford-on-Avon. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. Just declaim a few lines from a fella, and they'll say you're a heck of a fella. If your blonde won't respond when you flatter her, tell her what Tony told Cleopatra. And if still to be shocked she pretends well, just remind her that all's well that ends well. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. If your Goyle is a Washington Heights dream, take the kid on a Midsummer Night's Dream. With the wife of the British ambassador, take a crack out of Troilus and Cressida. If your baby is begging for pleasure, let her sample your measure for measure. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. If you can't be a hand and do Hamlet, they won't give a damn or a damnlet. Just recite an occasional sonnet, and your lap will have honey upon it. If she says your behavior is heinous, kick her right in the Coriolanus. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. Forsooth, and they'll all